Hi everybody, I'm Trin Johnson and welcome to Dust in My Eye. In March of 2020, we started a family art challenge and my watercolor paints outgrew whatever I had been keeping them in. I don't remember what it was, but I ran out of room. Partly because I was painting more, going through more paint, buying more paint, partly because my husband started painting also. So that made us go through the paint even faster. So I bought this pink toolbox, I believe at Walmart, which is a little odd because I very rarely go to Walmart in the States. I go there in Canada because that's all there is where we have our cottage. But it's just not a store I generally shop at. But I was there. It was probably in the early summer, maybe even late spring of 2020. And I found this container and thought, okay, this will work. So I bought it and popped my paint in there. And it was pretty full from the get-go, but now it's really full. And I bring this with me when I go to watercolor class. I teach watercolor class locally, and I bring this sometimes when I want my students to be able to nab a little bit of paint fresh from the tube to do whatever it is we're working on, because some of them don't have that. Some of them do, but anyway, so I bring it in there, and it was pretty organized. Sometimes it was better organized than others, but it gets messed up because they don't know how I have it organized. They're just looking for a particular color or something that appeals to them. So this is the top shelf, and it's pretty decent shape. I keep this little guy to open lids, and he works really nice and he fits in here. And this shelf has my Schmincke Hortum super granulating paint, and that's what these are, and that's what this is. And then the other thing I keep on this level for lack of a better term are my blacks and my whites of watercolor paint. And so these are all in grays. It's all neutrals. Blacks, whites, grays. Some are a little bit duplicated, but mostly not. Like, I might have, I don't know, titanium white, Chinese white, lunar black. I've got 2 lunar blacks in here. Anyway, that's what's there. So this shelf is okay, pretty much. But then I go to the rest of it, and it gets a little less okay. It got a little chaotic on this shelf particularly. This one, again, is okay because this isn't something that people were really reaching for. That one doesn't belong there. So anyway, I'm going to go through this, and I'm going to clean it up a little bit, and then I am going to paint today's Plein Airpril painting. So these are all the Primatex on this level, and I am just checking to make sure that's all that's here. Yeah, but this Genuine is not a Primatech. This little guy, I'm not sure what it is. He's an already poured palette. I think it might be sepia. But I'm going to just leave him right there right now. Wait a minute. I know this one is a Primatech. I'm trying to see where it says it. And I don't think it does. Amethyst Tenrin, I think that is a Primatech. It just doesn't have Primatech written on it. That's why these are up here. I got a little small kit of it first with little bottles, and then I started collecting bigger bottles, and I have a whole palette that is all my Primatechs. And I see one hiding down here too. There's another one. So otherwise, it looks like these are all Primatechs. So this is good. So this shelf is pretty good too. Now I have a couple extra. I have a Rutile Sterling Silver and a Pale Gold from Kremer. And those are extras that I keep because I have them in my palette already, but I bought a couple extra pans and I kind of keep those with that. So this is really the shelf or the place that's really where I need to do some work. Get that out of there. So I'm going to scooch you this back so I can get to this. Now, I am going to pull all this out of here, and then I will put it all back in some semblance of order. These are ones that are brand new, so I'm keeping them separated because some of them I haven't quite run out of, and that way I know if I can't find a color in here to look in here and see if I have a spare one already. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Like, I don't know about this Van Dyke Brown. I have a feeling that's what it came out of. So I'm just going to set it on top there. Now I have these little containers in here. Not really good if you want to pull them out to look at stuff. I'm just going to pull all my paint tubes out. And then I'm going to move my tackle box out of the way so we can go through this and I can organize it again. I also have in another spot these, and they're the only ones I don't keep in here that are actual paint, not gouache, that are watercolor paints, I should say. And these are all the duochrome ones that I bought from Daniel Smith. I don't use them very often, and if I'm going to use them, I'm going to use them all together probably, so I just kind of keep those separated. Now, the way I have this is the blues were in here and the greens. I don't remember where I had purple anymore, if it was in the middle or if it was in with those. These were yellows and browns and things like that. And if they were a particularly brownish orange, they went in there. If they were more of a reddish, yellowish orange, they went in the middle. It was just the way I had them organized. So I'm not really sure exactly how I want to do this because I'm very full here. And what I might also do is pull the ones that are almost out so that, and keep those in a plastic bag so I know that they're almost out and I can know if I have to reorder more. So first off, I know my blues are going to be in here. So let's just separate these out a little bit. For anything that seems like it's more purple, I'm going to put it up here. But if it's strictly blue-ish, I'm going to put it over here. Put my greens in another place and just kind of go through these. And no, I do not have every color they make, as much as I might like to have that. I do not. It might seem like it, but I do not. Okay, greens, green, 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 purple, blue, purples. Blue, I think. Moon glow's kind of purple. Blue. Bloodstone is kind of purple. Raw Umber Violet is one of those, I'm not really sure if it belongs in here or belongs over there. Because I tend to use it more as a brownish color than a purplish color. These are more, well, there's Quin Violet. See, this is where it starts to get tricky. These are my pinky violets. I guess I'm going to put those there. And what else do we have? Green, green. Green gold, which depending on the manufacturer can be quite gold. And we'll put our yellows in here just for now. Yellows and buffs. Green. Okay, let's get our oranges together. Indian yellow. Not sure how yellow it is. If it's more orange, I can't remember, and I don't have my swatch thing with me right now. These are kind of goldy oranges kind of thing. Quin gold, Quin gold. This is a Quin gold with the original pigment in it, so I have special written on it. Although it's really hard to tell the difference in actual use. Yellow. Do pink, 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 pink. Blue. Purple. Blue. I'm not going to get too carried away. It's just, there's a lot of overlap. Raw umber. Okay, browns. More of a brown. Burnt sienna is kind of a rusty brown. Burnt sienna. Raw sienna is definitely in that category, almost like a yellow ochre. Indian red, transparent brown oxide. Those are all very reddish browns. There's a Van Dyke brown. German greenish raw umber, a very cool color. But one of those where, do you put it with brown or do you put it with greens? Indigo can go in there. Burnt umber is a brown. Venetian red. Ooh, let's get our reds. What is this one? Transparent brown oxide. English red earth, another one of those kinds of reds. Rose, Queen Rose, Pyro red, Pyro red, Pyro crimson, transparent Pyro orange, deep scarlet, alizarin crimson, Quin rust, raw umber, Potter's pink. Here's my pinks. Deep scarlet, transparent Pyro orange. I'm going to put my oranges here. Some of these are orangey golds. Okay. Deep scarlet is almost done. I'm going to put him over there. I've got a new one right here. What else was duplicated? Indian yellow, cadmium orange, azo, sepia. You're supposed to be up there. Pyrrole red. Do I have another pyrrole red? Yes. 2 of those. I think I'll put this one with the full tubes, even though it's a slightly used and a different brand, but that's okay. Pyrrole orange, transparent pyrrole orange. I have 2 of those. This one can go with the new ones. I think that's it for duplicates there. So those are going to go in here with the yellows. Oh, no, you know what? I just did it wrong. These are not going with yellows. And I think I'm going to keep the oranges over here. So the question is, that yellow, which one was it? It was a little guy. Indian yellow. I wish I had my little cheat sheet. I could tell myself what it is. Yeah, I'm going to keep them with the oranges, I think. Not sure what I'm going to do with the quinacridone golds. I'm going to put the browns in here because that's where I look for them. This burnt umber I'm going to set to the side. Do I have another burnt umber going is the question. And I do not, I don't think. But I have a spare. I do not see a spare. There wasn't another burnt umber. Well, I'm going to hold him out right now because I think I need to get more of him. Sepia can go in there. Transparent red oxide, burnt sienna, all these are reddish and goldish. Transparent brown oxide. That's what that one is too. I'm going to put the other one in with the new ones and keep him in here because he has a reasonable amount in him. English red earth. Burnt, there's another burnt sienna. So burnt sienna is going to go in the new. Quin rust. Raw sienna. Raw sienna I'm going to put in there because it's a very yellowy color. Nickel quin gold. I'm going to put the quin gold in here. That's a M gram. And then I have one that's Daniel Smith. And then I have my special one, which I mostly put that on there so that my husband wouldn't just like randomly put the whole thing in a palette and it would be gone and I would be sad. Aussie red gold is very much like the Quins, so I guess I'll put it with yellow. That one's almost gone, so it's going over there. Raw umber is again very yellow, so I think the Quin rust, Indian red, and the burnt siennas, I have 2 of those. Venetian red, all these are going to go, the rustier ones are going to go with my reds. I think there's another Venetian red. I knew I had 2. And Indian yellow I decided was orangish. So let's push these all over here. And now we'll pull these forward. And I think I'm going to put my greens in with my blues. I think that's where they were. And I think my purples were in with my pinks. I think that was where I ended up putting them. So if I'm going to put my purples with my pinks, then maybe I will take all these rusty ones and put them in with the browns because they'll have more space to be in there. See, I probably did this in the first place, but I just don't remember. And burnt sienna. So there. We'll put that in the middle and these on the sides. And these I'm going to put in a special little container because they're almost gone. And this guy I just need to add to my list of things I'm almost out of. And then I'll put all these guys in my bag of new stuff. Burnt umber was to write down. Somewhere I have a list going of everything I need to order. But I think I'll just start a new one right now so that I can put it away. Okay. Make yourself a note. Oh, it's so much lighter right now. I can't put the middle ones in yet because I have to put the ones on the side. Oh, shadow violet. I'm going to set that in the middle right now. Let me see if I can get these in here without losing too many out of them. Okay. Now we can put these in the middle. Would like to know if this is the only shadow violet that I have. That is a really cool color. And I don't see more of it. I would say I have every one of these in some palette somewhere. Obviously, I do not have them all in the same palette. All my Primatics are in a palette. All my super granulating stuff is in a palette. I'm not sure if all my blacks are in a palette because I pull those out just the way they are sometimes. So let's see if there is a shadow violet here. No, I do not see one. So I'm going to add that to my list of things that I want to get another one of, but I'm going to put them in other spots. I need to get a little baggy for these three, but right now I'm going to put them up here so that I don't lose track of those being almost gone and just use a new one, which is what I'm afraid I'm going to do. So there we go. Let me write shadow violet down. Oh, I missed one. So now I am going to work on my Plein Airpril painting for the day. And I went out earlier and took a picture of my backyard looking up in the trees. It was beautiful blue sky, fluffy white clouds, nice treetops shining, and then it was snowing, and now it's just dark and gloomy. And I'm painting inside because it's cold and windy and wet, and not a pleasant day to be out there. Pretty though when it's blue skies and sun is shining. So I am going to paint inside today. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope you got something out of it. If nothing else, a deep-seated concern about my collection of watercolors. If you did and you would like to see more of my videos, hit the subscribe button, and hitting the like button, of course, always helps. And if you want to be notified of future videos, you can hit the cute little bell. And you can always buy me a cup of coffee. There's a link in the description that helps me keep making videos. And if you would like to, please check out my Etsy shop where I have prints of my artwork along with some originals and cute little monsters for sale. So until next time, thank you so much for watching.